Hey everybody, this is Samurachi, and today's room we're going to do Escape the Boarding School. It is another Michael Gregory game. It is a comfort level, so it's going to be a little bit more straightforward in these comfortable ones. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll try to go slow, make sure that I give thorough detail, but at the same time, I'm not going to read everything. You should come in and listen to the story and everything. It's a lot of fun. So your first one is you got to break into the academy. This being your puzzle. These arrows letting you know which way they go. So it's right, left, left, left. Then after that, it's going to go right, right, left. Now, I do want to remind you that you have to turn all of these on. All 7 of these are necessary to get to the end. I do recommend listening to the story. Again, it is a good story. Excuse me, guys. The joys of having kids is when they get sick, you get sick. It doesn't matter if you're sick. Circle, square, triangle, circle. For this one. So, here's your pad. Here's your puzzle. And the class bell schedule. Break each time apart. See what happens when the numbers work together. So, they are in chronological order via time, right? History class can be skipped. So, history right there, you can remove the history. So, don't do this one. So, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers to input. And that's going to be done with those 6 numbers. So what you end up doing, it's all addition. So break each time apart and see what happens when the numbers work together. So the working together is the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you just add them. On the math, you got the 9 and the 7. That's 16. Science, 1 plus 1 is 2, plus the 3, right? So 3, 4, 5. And that's where I got really hung up on it. And then the last one's 3. So that's where I kept getting confused. It was like 11, 12, 13, 14. But they want you to treat each one of these as a single digit. So that one's rough. When you come into here, you have this, and you have a break. Now, sometimes those are accidental, but in this case, you walk straight through it. Excuse me, guys. And now you have your puzzle and your key. So just put them in order, because they didn't light anything here. So there's only the ones that lit up. So it's 2, 9, 4. 351. So I'm gonna have to start remembering what all the names of each type of these puzzles are. But anyways, this is like a simple cipher puzzle. And whenever you have all these, just check them all. And I know it's this one right here. Right? Always check in the couches and stuff like that. You never know what you'll find. Nothing in here. But anyways, we have the top one, right? That's a T, E, A, and then top is that C, and then over here we have an H, and then if you don't get it yet, it's teacher. I always wait for the light to catch up. Now we got our key. Don't forget to turn these on. Still recommend listening to them. Now our next one is going to be here. Our clue being a backpack. So if you come back to the backpacks, we have an Andrew, a Carol, and a Giselle. Andrew, Carol, and the old Glizzy L. 258617. Didn't hear no click. But anyways, now we got our battery. The battery goes to the boys' dorm. Now, in here we have all these light bulbs. And I always recommend touching a puzzle before anything. And you notice they all turn different colors. Well, then you gotta figure out what that matches to. These doorknobs. So we got red, yellow, green. And then we got this magenta, black, and blue. So in here we have our key, our puzzle, and our order. So we have to go end order. We're not trying to figure out which one's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or anything. We're trying to figure out more of its order. So if you look at the top there, it's going to be a red, and then it's going to be a blue. And then we got this, which is green. And then we have an upside down one, which is that pink. Then we got those two at the very bottom. And one facing this way is going to be that grayish purple and yellow. Huh. Wonder why the world sounds aren't working right now. Well, that one worked. Then we go to the computer lab. And then that's the order. Right here. We gotta put them in here. Gotta figure out what number goes where. So we got 1, 5, 2 is 1, so 51, 09, 5109. Our last two. Maybe these back two, 37. Now we got these names on the back of these chairs with these symbols. These symbols go to here, and this is our key. They're in alphabetical order. You gotta put them here. So, which is weird because it's like by alphabetical order. I don't know if they hand these out to each kid, but it's like you're gonna do 8 assignments. It's crazy. But A, there's no B, but there's a C. So A is a 6. 2 is a 3, so 63 is our first two. We got an E and L. So it's going to be 5 and 4, 54. Our last two. O, P, Q, R, S. So O is going to be before the S. So we got an 8 and then a 0. So our last one we don't even have to change. So this one is going to be a word you enter. It's 5 letters, and each one corresponds to a color, and that color corresponds to a letter, the capital letter in each word, which is also the first letter of each word. So, for instance, the 1 is blue, and blue is S. 2 is red. Red is T. And you keep going until you get the word. Again, these are all school-based words. And then that yellow with the Y when you enter in the door. And go to medical. Okay, so this one, you enter here. You gotta enter your code here. This 1 through 9. Think of this as a number pad, 1 through 9, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the order. So orange is your first one, and that is number 9. Two is this magenta, Magenta's in the middle. Then you got 3, which is black. Black is 4. Then with 5, it is blue. Blue's 3. Messed up. 4 is red. Red is 1, so it's 14. And 6 is white. 14. Now let's just change that to 14. Or 13. Yeah, so 1 red. Black, it's 3. And then the 6 is white. 7. Take the head with you, because you know you're going to need it for a puzzle.
The first student we removed kept me.
And I always just kind of leave them in the hallway until I know I need it. A good student remembers to play all the recordings, so make sure you do play them all. The night will be the time to break in. Your trophies, right, have a symbol on them. Each symbol is in the hallway, and you have to spell out the word night. N is this hex. You got 2, 4, 5 of those. The I, it's going to be the star, and there's 4 stars. We got circles, 2. There's 1 down over there. So there's the 1, so 21. And then over here we got the squares. And I remember there's 9. So then we need the towel to clean the mirror. And then numerically, 20 is the 20th letter in the alphabet. And they're all school related. Now we're at the principal's office. Now this book, I thought it did anything. It's kind of a misdirection. But excuse me. So we have this one here, and you gotta find the correct order for the detention slips. You got your detention slips, and you have your correct order, right? So here's the detention slips, the correct order. The first one is no breaking rules, right? So refusal to follow classroom rules. So here's the hard part. It's the first letter in the sentence R. And that's how you solve this one. I ended up getting help. Try to remember their name, and if I do, I'll put the, something over here for it. But anyways, no disruption. Excessive disruption, it's an E. No disrespect. Disrespect towards, it's a D. No fighting. fighting during recess, no lying to a teacher, no dishonesty, academic dishonesty. And then the last one is G for gum chewing. I suppose the word red flag. So, here's where you enter it. Here is the order that they go in. And then you got your color, and then the number on the plate is the answer. So for plants, what color is plants that we associate them to? Well, that's not a 1, that's a 7. Then we gotta go water, which is blue, which is a 2. Danger is red, so 25. And then sunlight, 25-8. We got harvest and soil, 1 and 3. Soil's brown, so the autumn, Oktoberfest, all of that happens in the fall. Harvest time is in the fall, so you got orange, and there's a 1, and then soil for 3. Excuse me. Then we have this one. And your answer is up here. So it's medium, small, small, big, medium, big. So medium, small, small. There's big. Big, medium, big. Key. Make sure you play these.
They assume the basement is punishment. It isn't.
Both these heads go in the auditorium. The headmaster will always be in the spotlight. And once we get all the heads, I'll show you how that one works. So now we can go to the girls' bathroom. And we have to drain the toilet water. So if you'll open all these, we gotta go clean the bathrooms. Now I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, worked fast food, and I've never seen anything nastier than a female bathroom. And then just put them in order as they are in the toilet. Grab your battery and into the kitchen. So this one, you enter the numbers here, and each fruit is associated with a number. So lettuce is 8, and then lettuce 5 calories in its lowest to highest number. So lettuce is 8. Cucumbers is 7. Looks like oranges would be 9. Apples 3. Pears 1. Bananas 5. 15. Huh. What am I missing?
Another parent wants reassurance.
That goes in there. Did I forget to touch something?
Tell them there were no signs of foul play. Structure calms people.
And the students who begin asking questions?
Oh, here it is.
Already reassigned.
I forgot to
A temporary
pull the
transfer
lever.
should suffice. Somewhere quiet.
We're in the wisdom hall. Now this one is, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. Or 6 words. With those 6 words, you got a 2, a 4, a 5, a 1. So that lets you know its order. And you have to choose its position. So for instance, word 1, second letter. Word 1, second letter, so that's C. Word 2, second, it's a U. So it's C, U. Third word, and it's the third letter, it's an R. F, E, W. So this one's a color sequence puzzle in order here, right? So 1 is order, 2 is rules. Red, purple. First one's red, second one's purple. Silence and memory. White, blue. And then escape and truth. Yellow, green. So this one's the arts, and we have these paintings. And they go in a sequence here. Now, each one has a light above it. Lets you know its order. So, Da Vinci, Van Gogh, Picasso. Da Vinci, Van Gogh, Picasso. 3, 7, 5. So we got 4, 5, and 6. Frida, Monet, Rambert. Frida's a 1. Then it goes Monet, Rambert. Rambert's Night. 29. I'm gonna go ahead and take the remote with us. Might as well. We know it goes to something. Here we are in the finals hall. We're just gonna leave it right here for now. So we have this picture here. And we have this here. I'm given daily, but never kept. I leave my mark once I've been met. Some are learned, some are ignored, but all taken, whether bored or warned. What am I? And I tried test. I tried probably about 20 different answers. It ended up being lesson. So, and you gotta make sure you know how to spell it, because the first time I spelt it, for some reason, I kept spelling it with only one S. And it has 2 S's. And maybe I was hitting the S twice, and it just wasn't hitting it. Or maybe I'm just not as smart as I like to think sometimes. So this one, after curfew, students must remain seated. Not everyone listened. So you gotta look at these clues on the bed and determine if they remain seated. So, always energetic? Probably not. Sleeps early? Yeah, that person went to bed. Night owl? Probably didn't sleep. Rule follower? Well, they follow the rules. Troublemaker? Doesn't. Quiet observer? Well, at least they remain seated and are silent. Then we have the study hall. And we have these colors corresponding to these here. But we need them to connect to something, which is what we need to turn this on for. 84527. Now, we gotta figure out how to get the 82547 in here. Green has 8. Yellow is 2. Red is 5, so we'll leave that one. 845. Messed up. So 8 is blue. Yellow. Yellow magenta. Or yellow pink, I guess. Although I keep missing the yellow. Now, this one took me way longer than it should have. Each one of these has a time, right? And that time equals a number. And you have DAFIJ, right? And the D is 4. So you take that 4 and one of these. So big hand, sorry, hour hand, minute hand. Big hand's minute, little hand's hour. So this is 9, 5, 10, 15, 20. So this one's 920. 920 is 1, right? But we don't have 9. We have 4. So we have to find the one with a 4 on it, right? So it's this one. And it's 435. So you find the one that's 435. And it's a 7. This one took me forever to figure out. A is 1, right? And you don't have to look at the clock or anything. Just go find the clock. It starts with a 1, and it's 2. F, A, B, C, D, E, F is 6. 6 is 9. Then you got I. And that's 9. That's a 1. And then that's a 10. And 10 is a 5. Now we got the crowbar. Now we know we gotta get that golden statue. We have 2, 4, 6 digits. 2, 4, 6 digits in the code here. So then we gotta figure out their order. Well, most of the time it's gonna be lowest number to highest number. So 2005 is our lowest. So it goes 05, 09. So that's 36. So we got 36 from 9 to 12 is a 0, so we can leave that as 0. 15 is a 7, 16 is a 5. And 9 being the last digit. This might be the last one we needed. No, there's one more that we still need that I missed somewhere. I bet you I left it in that hallway. Oh, there it is. I did leave it in here. Our next step is figuring out their order. The headmaster will always be in the spotlight, right? These are all different heads. If you come over here and turn on the spotlights, even though there's no light shining onto them, you can come up here now and see that that's where they're supposed to be. So green is supposed to be this one. White is supposed to be this one. Yellow is this one. Orange and blue There they are. Now I'm going to open up the Forbidden Halls. And since I ain't coming back up here, I can hit this thing on. So I don't have to listen to it.
Good evening, Headmistress.
Not so much so I don't have to listen to it, so you guys don't have to listen to it and try to hear me over it. So this one, I ended up taking a pen and paper for. So this is going to be what letter comes first, A, B, C, D, E, or F? You got A, B, C, D, E, F, right? And you got to figure out what order they go in. So E is immediately before A. So that means A is not 1. And A is not the first position. And F is not the last position. So you got to figure out its order. So essentially, what you end up getting, and I just write them down because I use paper, is you're going to have E as your first one. So it's A, B, C, D, E. And then A. And then if you come here, C is directly between A and F, right? So if it's directly between A and F, then A, then you got C, A, B, C, and then A, B, C, D, E, F, A, B, C, D, A, B. But yeah, sometimes the best thing to do is just write it down. You'll save yourself a lot of time. So we have a key. We have the code that we need to. Now we got to figure out its order, and we know what these go to. Its order's behind this box, and it goes orange, which is FG. FG is 4. Then green, DG, 2. Red, CG, 1. Blue, EH, 8. CH, 6. Yellow, BH5. So this one was a rough one for me. The best way I can explain this one is a color is correct if and only if the statement is true. A color is not correct if and only if the statement is false. So, red is the color they're referring to, and the statement. So, blue is a correct color. So, blue being a correct color means that red is correct. So, we got red. Blue, right? Purple is not a correct color. So, because that's not correct, it's not blue. Then we got black. The color of apples is the correct color. That didn't really help anything. Yellow, red is a correct color. So yellow saying red is correct. Then we got green. The middle color is correct. The one in the middle, all of them, is yellow. Purple, the last color is not correct, making pink not the right color. And And then it says the one without quotations is not the correct color, meaning that it's black. So it's going to go red, blue, yellow, purple, I believe. So red, blue, although I passed it again, yellow, and then let's go, it's not purple, it's green. So yeah, there we go. Because purple is not a correct color. The last one's not correct, making it green. So red, blue, yellow, green. Very confusing one. Had a lot of trouble on it. Probably spent like a good hour on that one.
Enrollment numbers.
So this one, we have to go through the maze. The headmaster, scary lady, she comes around the corner and gets you. There she is. And if you don't have all 7 of them, you can't get in. Once you get in here, then you gotta do this, oh, I fell in. My button got stuck. And then that's it. Just completed it, guys. Damn. A lot of people play these games. I don't know who's got the top score right now. $20. 22, 24, damn, 26, 30, damn, 40, 50, 152. I don't know what this guy's smoking or what he's doing. Like 82. These are crazy numbers. But anyways. Yeah. A lot of fun here. I'm going to go ahead and run the cellars. So bear with me 2 seconds. So now that we've beaten the boarding school, we can now go try out the cellars. You have to beat the game first and obtain the 1 key or completion. Now we have these find the 8 report cards, right? So how I typically do it is I always just go in a circle. There's no speed run in here. That's the downside. We got 1. We got 5. 8. 2. Got half of them now. And our last one. Going so slow. Here's the observation room. Now what you gotta do is turn on 9 monitors. So this one you're looking for light switches. just put your hand out, and if you see one of those things pop like that, and if you already got it, you already got it. But yeah, just putting your hands out can definitely help you find these a little bit faster. And then there's 3 left. I think we already got that one. Those 3 are going to be located in here. There's 1. There's 2. I got that one. Maybe there's only 2 in this little room. Got that one already. Got that one already. Got that one already. There it is. So in between these boxes, next to the door I missed. So this one, just like in the room before, look around, and if you notice anything, just click everything. But you got this vent. Now I'm gonna kind of show you how to cheat a little bit. So if you stick your head in the wall, you can kind of see through it. That's the battery we need, right? So how do we get there? We're gonna follow this wall. Oh, can't get in there. So come in through here, right? Oh, we can't get in through here. This is a dead end. So now we gotta keep going along that wall so we can figure it out. Okay, we got a path here now. This is good. Now we know that this is probably the way we need to travel because we're trying to stick to this wall. There it is. Sorry, guys. Open sesame. So this one right here, we need to get the salt, the crystal, the candle, the skull. So essentially what we're doing is we're running around. We have to find 4 different puzzles. Well, it's actually the same puzzle. We just have to hit things. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So we got the radios. We gotta get the radios. We gotta get the light switches. So light switches turn yellow when they're activated. These turn green when they're activated. Not only do we have to hit those, we have to hit chairs. So it is chairs, radios, lights, paintings. Just gotta get to a point to where the yellow shows. So second radio, second painting, and we already have 2 lights. Third painting. Fourth painting, and you hear the ding. Third light. Second chair. Third chair. Third radio. Well, I walked through the door, but you're supposed to open it. Fourth radio. Fourth chair. fourth light. Now we have, I believe this was a crystal that's supposed to spawn in here. We got the salt. We'll take these two first. Then we got the skull and the candle. There we go, guys. We have completed the cellar. Let's see. 7th right now. This guy's, well, 3:30. You know, I guess I could have gone faster by not explaining things or knowing all the codes beforehand, but regardless, there we go, guys. Got that all completed. 650. Now here's some other ones. I do have Escape Romantic Retreat on the list. There's a couple more escape rooms I have on the list. I was reached out to on here, and they requested Puzzles In from Waffle Copter. So I'll probably give that one a shot next. But yeah, let me know in the comments which one you want to see next. Also, it doesn't have to be an escape room. I believe over the summer I will attempt to do the Batman and probably Behemoth. Both of those are great. But anyways, thanks for liking, subscribing. I do appreciate it. Thank you.